I thought that I was going to go to law school and
Right.
be a public interest lawyer.
Yeah.
Civil rights, human rights, something
Right.
like that. And I also had interest in, going back to the age of 10, having been born and raised in Washington, D.C., and,
Right.
you know,
Company town.
company town, I thought maybe I want to run for office,
Right.
like the Senate or something.
Right.
But, you know, Washington, D.C. doesn't have any voting representation.
Correct.
Hasn't had ever.
Right.
So that was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But the bigger challenge was that I realized, really when I was in Oxford, that I just didn't think, at least at that stage of my life, that I
Yeah.
had the patience, the temperament to beg people for money and to, you know, to really compromise about the things that I cared about. Now I'm older and wiser, and
Right.
I still don't want to raise money, but I would compromise for
Yeah.
the right purpose.
Did you think at that time? I'm so interested in the family through line in this book, but also the race through line in
Yeah.
this book. And you look at what both your parents accomplished at a time when it was so much more difficult for African Americans to be in those circles and in those situations. Did you think yourself that race would be an obstacle when you were in college or going out of college in terms of the things you ultimately wanted to do?
Well, I knew it was going to be a challenge,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
And it still is for people like me, but less and less so, hopefully.
Right.
And what my parents taught me was that, you know, you're going to encounter prejudice and bigotry, but understand that bigotry comes from the insecurity of the bigot.
Of other people, right?
And
Yeah,
you have
right.
a choice.
Right.
You can either, it's a very hard choice to effect, but you can either let that bigot's definition of your self-worth become your own,
Yep.
or you can have your own definition of your self-worth. And my parents taught me from an early age to believe in myself and to do my best and to not let other people define me for me.
Yep.
My dad used to have a saying about race, which is, if my being black is going to be a problem, it's going to be a problem for somebody else, not for me. And, you know,
It's a thing to remember at a time when the virus has been let out of the test tube
Yes, indeed.
of late.